On December 4, 2024, tragedy struck the heart of corporate America. Brian Thompson, CEO of healthcare giant United Healthcare, was assassinated outside a shareholder conference in Manhattan. The accused, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, now awaits trial for this shocking crime. The case has garnered significant public attention, raising questions about corporate greed, healthcare inequality, and the very nature of justice in America. As the legal proceedings unfold, the nation watches, grappling with the gravity of the charges and the potential ramifications of the trial's outcome. Luigi Mangione, a graduate of the prestigious University of Pennsylvania, stands accused of a heinous act. Despite the charges against him, some view Mangione as a symbol of resistance against corporate power. His supporters, who have rallied in large numbers outside the courthouse, see him as a modern-day Robin Hood, fighting for the common man against the perceived injustices of the healthcare industry. Mangione's background paints a complex picture. Coming from a privileged background, having attended an elite Baltimore private high school, his alleged motivations seem rooted in a sense of social justice rather than personal gain. His supporters point to his history of activism and volunteer work as evidence of his true character. However, the prosecution argues that Mangione's actions, meticulously planned and ruthlessly executed, were those of a cold and calculating killer. The evidence against Mangione appears substantial. Police recovered the alleged murder weapon, a 3D printed suppressor, and a fake ID used by Mangione. His DNA and fingerprints were allegedly found near the crime scene, and bullet casings recovered from the scene contained handwritten messages echoing the title of a book, critical of the health insurance industry. Furthermore, a notebook allegedly belonging to Mangione contains entries that seem to detail his plan to assassinate Thompson. Mangione faces separate criminal proceedings in New York, Pennsylvania, and federal court. He has pleaded not guilty to state charges of murder and terrorism, but has yet to enter a plea on the federal charges. His defense team, which recently added renowned death penalty lawyer Abraham Moskowitz, has raised concerns about potential police misconduct during Mangione's arrest in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The volume of evidence being presented by the prosecution, over 800 GB of data, further complicates the legal proceedings. The outpouring of support for Mangione has raised concerns about the potential for jury nullification, where jurors acquit a defendant despite overwhelming evidence, driven by personal beliefs or biases. The case has ignited a heated public debate about healthcare inequality, corporate power, and the right to protest. Mangione's supporters, many of whom have donated generously to his legal defense fund, view his actions as a desperate cry for change in a system they see as rigged against the ordinary citizen. The outcome of this landmark case could have far-reaching implications for the American justice system. If convicted, Mangione faces life in prison without parole on state charges and potentially the death penalty on federal charges. Regardless of the verdict, the Mangione case will undoubtedly leave a lasting mark on the national dialogue surrounding social justice, corporate accountability, and the delicate balance between activism and the rule of law. Subscribe to our channel for more updates. This is News Scope, keeping you informed.